Alright, what's up everybody? So we're back for another video. So we're gonna be doing something else to the GR86 today. Okay, so I have here a bunch of different like wiring things, and the reason is, so we're gonna be putting these little Puddle Lights that I got like on Amazon. I think I got them for like 30 bucks or something like that. We're gonna be putting that on the GR86. It is super bright white LEDs, which should be matching the paint really well. I also got some heat shrink, fuse taps, a kill switch just in case, because you know how cops be, and then a little bit of extra wiring. And yeah, so there's a couple extra things that I'm going to be doing that I don't have here, but basically I'm going to be fuse tapping to one of the fuses that I think will stay on, and I kind of have to test to figure out which one it is. But I'm going to be tapping into a fuse. It's a lot cleaner, it'll be a lot nicer, and it's a brand new car and I don't want to cut into wires. So yeah, I'm going to start testing these just to make sure they work first. I'm going to test them on the battery and make sure they turn on, and then from there I'm going to test which fuse I want to use to run power to these, and then yeah, add in a kill switch just in case of cops and, you know, situations in which I need to turn these off for some reason. Let's go out there, let's go to the car and start testing. Alright, so I just tested the lights to make sure that they work and they turn on. I just tested them by putting positive and negative onto the battery terminals, and yeah, so they work. So now I just got to figure out how I want to wire it, how I'm going to get the kill switch inside, and how I'm going to ground it also. So let me do some planning first and then I'll get back. So I finally hit my break-in of 1,000 miles. So they recommend doing an oil change right after. So that's what I'm gonna do. I also installed some like Puddle Lights, like little like underglow kind of thing, under the car. It shows, like you can kind of see it when you're like driving next to it, like two of the lights, because the side skirts, there's like this weird like Toyota thing where they like sit over the pinch welds. So like two of the lights have to be a little bit lower than the rest of them. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep them, but I bought some like things on Amazon that might be able to like hide it a little bit more, to make it look a little bit cleaner. And I also want to adjust them to make them a little bit straighter, because I feel like they're like a little off. Let me show you what I'm talking about so you guys can really see like exactly what I'm saying. So I got it set so that it turns on whenever my car is on. Ignition is on, so you can see like there's like 5 little Puddle Lights. But when you get pretty low, you can see here and there, these sit lower than the rest of them because the rest of them are like in the pinch welds. But these, for some reason, this side skirt has like this blocking area. So I want to get something that can kind of cover these so you can't really see them, and also adjust them so that they're all straight. And I also have to clean up this wiring. These wires like hang down and like you can really see them when I'm like driving around and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna cut it, clean it up, and hopefully find a way to like cover these. First I'm gonna do my oil change and then I'll work on these things right here. Yeah, so those Puddle Lights are dope. They're really cool. They're a nice little touch to the car, but they need to be cleaned up because I feel like when I'm driving around, especially at night, like they look ratchet as hell. So I'm gonna work on the oil change first, and then I'll get to the wiring and all that stuff, clean that up. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing in this video, so stay tuned. Oh, something I wanted to bring up, bro, so they don't have these oil filters at AutoZone yet. Like, I guess they don't list them yet. So I had to go to Toyota directly to get them. Didn't have them in stock, had to wait like 3 days for them to like ship it over or whatever. But this fucking oil filter is like 25 bucks. Like, what the fuck? $25. I've never paid $25 for an oil filter in my life, but whatever. So I also got this different pan here. So it's like a flat pan, and the reason I got this is so that I can check for like oil shavings and RTV to see if like there's any RTV in my oil. If there is, take a picture, document it, and then like if for some reason something happens, I can be like, well, I did the oil change and I saw there was RTV in there. So yeah. So I just finished the oil change on the car. It's crazy how similar like the GR86 is to the BRZ. Love the location of the oil filter. Love the location of the oil like filler neck or whatever the fuck. It was pretty simple, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't take very long, but yeah, let me show y'all the engine bay. And don't mind the wires because there's wiring for the puddle lights that I'm talking about, and I haven't really cleaned that up yet. So that's the next part of this video. So don't cut my ass for that just yet. But look at all this. Fresh and clean, looking good. We've got the oil filter right there, oil filler, or whatever the fuck it is, right there. And yeah, it just looks so clean, so new. Love that shit. And I just love how GR86 is sitting here, and it's just staring at my BRZ, which is sitting right here. My poor baby. I miss this car so much. But alright, so now that that's done, I'm gonna turn the car on, let it run for a little bit, and then onto the puddle lights. So I just drained most of the oil and I left a little bit so that we can like look to see if there's any like weird stuff in there. So my main concern is RTV, which I haven't seen any. There are some metal shavings in there, but from what I've been told, it's normal. That's why you do the oil change right after break-in period. Get rid of any little excess metals. So these are just like metals that are kind of scraping off any extra pieces or whatever. So let me show you, because there is some metal in there, like little metal shavings. You can kind of see like there's like little flakes here and there. Alright, I don't think it's going to focus on it, but yeah, so there is little metal flakes in there, which is fine. My main concern was RTV, which luckily is not in there, but that doesn't mean there isn't some in the pickup tube, and it doesn't mean there isn't some in the pan, so gives me a little bit peace of mind, but also can't be 100% sure that it's not actually in there. This is a later model, obviously, so I got this August, I think it was August 1st. I don't know exactly what the build date is, but I believe it's somewhere like May-ish or June. So it's a little bit of a later build date, which makes me feel a little bit safer. I'm not saying that process has changed, the RTV process has changed or anything like that, but I'm just hoping that, you know, a little bit more peace of mind, I guess, for me. But yeah, this is a good sign. It's good that there's no RTV in the oil. So makes me feel a little bit happier, makes me feel a little bit more secure. I'm going to dump all the rest of the oil in the fucking thing, and then we're going to move on to the puddle lights. Alright, so let me show you guys what I bought off Amazon that would help me clean this stuff up. Heat shrink, so that when I connect the wires under, they'll connect them, and then I can put one of these heat shrinks. So that way it's a little bit tighter, more protected from the water and stuff like that. Obviously this is to like cut the wires and to strip the wires, so that's that. This is wire harness tape, which is like the same tape that like they use on obviously like wire harness. It's like a little bit of a fabric material. If you've ever like looked at your wiring harness and you felt like that weird like fabric-y material, this is what that is. So I want to use that under the car also, so I can protect that also from like water and snow and stuff like that, because I'm in the Northeast. These are little clips that I'm going to add also to keep the wire like sitting up against the frame so that it's not hanging down, so that like obviously you can't see them. And then this is like door sealant, like, you know, like interior, like in the house door sealant, but I'm going to use this to like hide the exposed like bulbs that you can see, like the circles that you can see under the car. I'm gonna use this to try to hide that so that you can't see it when you're like driving next to me. Yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the wires, I'm gonna tuck them real close to each other, and then I'm gonna use a heat shrink to heat shrink it. And then after that, I'm gonna clean it up with this wire harness and then add these so that I can tuck the wires up. So I'm probably not gonna show you all that. I'll probably just show you the end process, like what it looks like afterwards. Yeah, if you guys like it, then maybe I can explain a little bit more about what I did, maybe in a separate video, but it really depends on if you guys really enjoyed this content or not, or if you guys like the puddle lights and you want to do it on your car. Okay, so I want to show y'all the progress that I made, because honestly it looks a whole different level of better. So let me show you the previous, like one side, because I only did one side, so I'll show you one side that's not done, and then I'll show you the side that is done, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's fuck ton better. This is the side that isn't done. So you can see there's wires hanging down. You can still see the pods here. And it's just, it looks bad. It's hanging over here. It's literally just dangling and stuff. And now let me show you the side that that's done. Alright, this is the side that's done. Can you even tell that this isn't stock? Like, look at that. It's tucked. It's close to the frame. I have these little things right here so you can't even see the pods. The pods are right behind. Look, even the back over there, like, dude. Look how close that is to the frame. You can't even tell. Alright, so we're actually on day 3 of doing this. I didn't have enough time to finish the other day, so it's been taking me a while, but I finally got everything done and it is looking pristine. So I actually changed it a little bit. Instead of being connected to a fuse that would turn on when the engine turns on, or when the car turns on, I switched it to my headlights, so that way, like, it's not running all day long, and there's no point of running it throughout the day because you can't really see it. So automatically, when my headlights turn on, these will turn on also, and then I have a kill switch inside the car just in case, like, for some reason I need to turn them off, like for cops or whatever. Okay, so I cleaned it up a fuck ton, but so this is coming from my fender well, goes here, and then right over here, actually I gotta clean that up a little bit because that got loose, but this connects over here, and then on the other side we got power running from here. We take the fuse box cover off, so we have it tapped to this fuse right here, which is, I believe, the left headlamp. Then it runs through there, just able to cover that up. And then we have the other side that's coming in up through the fender well. We have the ground right here, which is a battery ground, which was grounded anyway, so it came out perfectly. So I wrapped all these 3 together, runs under there, connects right over here, goes all the way to the other side, and then it all comes here, joins, and then we have it connected to the driver's side here, which I showed you before, and then it goes into the firewall, which goes into my kill switch, which I tried to mount like up here, but I guess it's because of like the material of like this, like whatever they call it, like elephant print stuff, it just doesn't want to like stick there anyway. It like literally, like I tried using like alcohol wipes to like maybe take off whatever kind of like stuff there is on it, but nah, it didn't work. So I actually ended up mounting it right here onto where my fuse box, like interior fuse box cover is, but it holds, so that works. So that's kill switch just in case. So now turn the car on. We got nothing, no lights, right? But we turn on the headlights. And they're working. Turn it back off. They're off. So that works out perfectly for me and for what I want to use it for. It's not a show car, so I don't need it to be on or anything like that randomly or at different times. Just when the lights are on, when it's dark, it'll turn on. During the day, they're off. So there's only one thing left to do, and so I'm just gonna drill some holes in here, take these nasty ass things off, these bolts, and we are gonna put some Downstar hardware, which is a lot nicer and it's gonna hold better. And we're gonna use these like little like rivet kind of looking things. I got this off of like FT Speed's idea. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys when I do that. Alright, got that Downstar hardware on there looking good. That way I know it won't come off. Alright, so now that everything's done, let's get you some B-roll, and then yeah, that'll be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you guys like the lights. I like the setup so far, so I'm probably gonna run it this way. Yeah, so stay tuned for more. I got more stuff coming real soon, and enjoy this B-roll.